Okay, so we're going to talk about how to actually generate more seller leads in your business. I mean, we have clients all the time who really want to talk about like how to generate the most seller leads possible. And the way that you want to do that is think about what a seller's thinking about before they reach out. What are the pain points that they're having? Is it a really tough process for them? So like as an example, one time we were doing a survey with a client. We kept asking them, okay, like, what are the issues you're finding that your sellers are having? And what they kept telling us was, okay, they're worried about the price, like what are they going to get for their home, yada, yada, yada. And that's what they kept saying. But the problem actually then became that wasn't it. That wasn't the actual pain point. So what we ended up doing was we sent a survey out to all their clients. So they had a bunch of past clients in their database, and we actually sent them out a survey figuring out what actually caused them stress during the process. And about 70% of the answers came back of how to prepare their home for sale. So saying things like, I don't know how to prepare my home for sale, I don't know how to prep my home for sale, that's what's causing me stress, this is the problems that I'm having. So we just created a 2 or 3 page guide around how to prepare your home for sale. It was actually pretty simple. So we went out, we looked, okay, like here's how we would prepare a home for sale, like a room by room checklist. Sometimes like here's the paperwork to get together, here's the different things you want to get, and that's going to be how you put it together. And it ended up working out really, really well. Like it becomes one of our leading magnets now, just a guide on how to prepare your home for sale. It's 3 pages long. Page 1's a bit of an intro with some testimonials, and then 2 pages of checklist. And often some places you can generate leads for as low as like $2. I think our lowest one for that was $2 lead for sellers, and that's name, email, and phone number. Some places it's higher. We've gone up as high as $15, $20 a lead in ones that we've kept. I mean, the odd market, like I believe it was Nashville, that one got up to 25, 30, which wasn't worth it at that point. But the only thing when you're looking at something like prepare your home for sale, because it's so early in the process, is that you're going to have to really dial it in, because what happens is they're way further out. So now you have to actually look at it and say, okay, why are they so far out? What can I do to stay in touch with them until they're ready to go? It could be 2 years until they're looking at selling, but you have them in your database. So if you're really good at follow-up, that type of method can work. Where you take like a home worth campaign, you're going to get a higher cost per lead usually. They're a little bit further along in the process. You just want to, when you're looking at it, word your ad a little bit differently, because what a lot of people do is they say, what's your home worth? Click here. And you just get way too many people who have no interest in moving. They're just thinking about what they want to do. So if you actually like open your ad up with saying like thinking of selling your home, find out what it's worth, just by adding that piece of thinking about selling your home, you actually get way more leads. So, or of people who actually are thinking they're selling. So think of like the text in your ad as a way to qualify some of the people actually opting in, and you can get rid of a lot of the time wasters. But basically the main way when you're thinking about how do I generate leads of people looking to sell, what are the main pieces that you can do for them that's going to solve a problem about selling their home. So one easy way, again, how to prepare their home for sale. The other easy way to do it is talk about buyers that you have, because at the end of the day, they want someone who's going to buy their home, and you can basically advertise that you have buyers. You can do it in a bunch of different ways, and we've done a ton of ads for clients where maybe it's a long form ad. Like we've done ones where it's like, hey, we have buyers for homes, and we are a little bit more general about it. We've also had a lot of success doing an ad like, hi guys, we have a client, John and Sarah. They're looking to buy a home in this neighborhood. They're looking for about 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, detached, right in this area. If you know anyone thinking of selling in your neighborhood, please tag them below, because John and Sarah really want to be your new neighbors. And by being like that specific about it, it actually works really well. And the reason I got that idea is I was door knocking when I sold real estate, and I was door knocking for a buyer. So I was knocking on all the doors saying things like, so we have a buyer looking in your neighborhood. Are you thinking of selling? And she's like, well, I actually already have an agent. And I just go, great, give me your agent's card or their contact info. I'll reach out to them and I can go through them and deal with it that way, and we'll be good. She goes, wait, you're not full of it? Like they just assumed I didn't actually have a buyer. By putting a real name, and even sometimes what we'll do is like take a photo of the buyer in the neighborhood they're looking, way better quality leads. So think about like either that angle of solve a pain point for them, and which like a home prep guide would do, or talk about the buyers that you already have for them, which solves the other pain point of they just want a buyer for their home. They don't want to have to go through the whole process. So that's how you generate seller leads online. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Happy to answer them.